Never miss another live stream again. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and click see all notifications. What's the motherfucking deal, Sauce Nation? It's your boy Ed Honcho, aka your Houston homeboy, the Houston Homer, Senior Saucy, all those good things, however you like to get down. But this is Sauce Sports. If you're not familiar with Sauce Sports is a Houston, Texas Homer channel, so we're talking about all sports, but only Houston. But with that being said, let's just get back in it to win it. We're talking about the Texans today. It's Trending Texans Tuesday. I just want to talk about some of the things that were trending up and trending down with the Texans from the last game that they just played against the Tennessee Titans. So, like I said, with that being said, let's just dive into it right now. All right, so let's just get into it. Let's talk about the good before we get to the bad. Let's talk about the best before we get to the worst. So let's talk about who's trending up. First guy I want to mention is one of the newer faces of the Houston Texans. I've only recently been here, maybe a couple of weeks, finally got some PT. Also has a cousin on the Texans who ended up getting hurt this game, which was unfortunate. Andre Ellington came in, had a nice pass early. Wouldn't say he ran the ball well because I think he ended up having like -4 yards, but I think he had 5 catches for 56 yards, something like that. But came in basically expected to be a third string running back, I would say, with Foreman going down. But came in, stepped in, and contributed, a nice little chunk to the offense, and he did some things that were very good. So definitely want to give him props in his first game as a Texan. Hopefully that we can retain him and the kinfolk next year. Get a nice package coming in and go send the family some good Christmas gifts for those them both contributing to the team. Now, talking about the next guy is a guy that we have been watching for a while. Unfortunately, he went out early with an injury. Could have been a factor coming in late in the game, but since he went out, there's no telling. But Braxton Miller played exceptionally well. We're talking about Braxton Miller might have been on pace for a 100-yard game because he went out early in the second half. He had 4 catches for 71 yards. So I think that, we got to start paying attention to the kid now. One of those I would say might have been a busted coverage. That when he got that big chunk on, might have been a busted coverage, but still, he's out there. Tom's finding him. He's making plays. He's he's been making his name known, getting his name called over the loudspeaker the last few weeks, and that's a good thing because a lot of us were questioning whether or not he was bust status or if he was, not looking good. Would he be in a similar situation that they did with Strong? A lot of us like Strong. A lot of people were fans are Strong. But right now, you already know how it goes. If you are not a fresh motherfucking ingredient, first, you got to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to the sauce. Get you some extra flavor. Be extra flavor. But to be a fresh motherfucking ingredient, you got to hit that comment section and let me know how you feel. So how do you guys feel about the recent emergence of Braxton Miller? Even though he's I think he's going to probably end up being out this week in concussion protocol with like a bunch of other guys are. How do you feel about his performance the last few weeks? Let me know in the comment section below what you think about that. Matter of fact, let me know whatever you think. If you agree, you disagree, if I forget somebody who's trending up or trending down, and you may have a personal opinion on, like I say, you guys are the ingredients that make the sauce fresh. And so if you're not contributing to the flavor, it can't be the freshest sauce out there. But I want to show a little bit of love to Braxton Miller as a guy I feel like is trending up. Next, a guy that I've been talking about for a long time to keep an eye on, Steven Anderson. Been a big fan of Anderson since he's arrived. Don't think he gets enough shine. I know he's a little smaller on the tight end side, maybe not your best blocker when you got guys like Fedorowicz who can block and who have relatively good hands. But recently, Fedorowicz, or not even recently because he hasn't really been here, Fedorowicz and Savage don't have that connection. And I'm not saying that Anderson and Savage have a connection, but Anderson has hands. Anderson has damn good hands. Might be some of the best hands for a fucking tight end in the league. Just an underrated guy. The guy's out there making great catches, catching low passes. I mean, getting up under them, and I mean they're clean catches. So getting double covered. I mean, he's almost still making plays. He's a guy to watch out for. I don't know about trying to convert him into a wide receiver or something like that. Especially when I believe he's probably gonna be the only tight end we have coming into this game. I'm not sure the Ryan Griffin situation, and Fedorowicz back in concussion situation. So that's something else we have to think about. But Steven Anderson definitely trending up. Definitely a star waiting to shine. Keep your eyes on this kid. The Texans need to make sure they work with him more, ending up the last of this season and see what he's really working with, because I think the guy has potential to be great. And CJ's health is in question at this point in time. But last but not least, and I'm probably going to say first time on a trending Texans, Tom fucking Savage. I'm going to give Tom Savage his props, man, because turnover time wasn't quite terrific time, but he played like a total time, and he did well for the most part. He put up 300 some yards, took him 50 attempts, but The thing is, he didn't have any real receivers. You know, at one point he played a half and did well up until the very end of the game when it was a situation where, you know, you had to hit that end zone. And so it was a favorable situation for the corners. Um, and, you know, trying to hit Hopkins. So we're not going to complain about it. You know, he was expected to have a turnover. You know, he didn't have the multiple turnover games that he's been having. And I thought he played nice. I thought he played well for being limited in the way he was. The way the run game was basically shut down. It did not exist. Tom Savage came out and they were going to make him beat them throwing, and he did very well. He definitely outplayed Mariota, doubled up Mariota's numbers as far as passing. So, you know, for a guy who's basically supposed to be a bench guy and that guy who's supposed to be the future of the Titans, you know, well, there was your head-to-head duel. We saw what happened. It took some favorable situations for things to fall into place. So those are my trending ups. Let's get into the guys who are trending down now. Rick, to make sure, like I said, if you thought or forgot somebody who's trending up, hit that comment section below. Let me know how you feel. All right, so let's talk about who's trending now. We already talked about the good, so let's talk about the bad, the shit that makes you mad, shit that makes you sad. But, you know, Texans are still the Titans' dad, so remember that. And a fight go with that if you got a problem with it. So fuck y'all. But with that being said, man, let's just talk about the negatives, man. Let's talk about the shitty part of the game, the people who did not play as well, who's trending down. One of my personal favorites. I'm not saying he's my personal favorite anymore, but a guy that y'all know I've been high on in the beginning of the season. Lost a lot of the love, and I'm not saying that. Hey, I still think he's a good guy, and I still think his sister's pretty hot. But that is what it is. I just don't feel like he had a good game. You know, he was kind of trending up, playing well a little bit, and then this game, I felt like, you know, one, Delaney gonna do what Delaney was gonna do, and he had a couple of plays, a couple of mishaps. Man, he just didn't look very hot, didn't look very good, just looked kind of out of place. Gave up some big plays, had some bad penalties, had that one on Decker. And so just very unfortunate, man. I want to see the kid do well because he has the potential to be a great player, but it's just he has some things he's definitely going to have to tighten up on. And I don't know if it's technique. I don't know if it's, you know, inconsistency, being in and out, hurt, and all that other stuff. And I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I don't feel like he's playing up to his full potential. I think there's more to be seen. I'm not giving up on him completely, but I'm definitely not hot on Kevin Johnson as much as I was in the beginning of the year. I think he just kind of had a down year. So we'll see what happens, you know, closing out this last quarter of the season, how he plays out. The next guy, man, just kick the ball, man. All you got to do is kick the fucking ball. Get it through the fucking goalpost, man. Don't hit the goalpost, which is a skill in itself. Don't channel your inner Randy Bullock. You know, we got rid of him for a reason. I feel like the game is different because you have to call different plays. You got to run some different shit at the end. If he makes those field goals, we're talking about a Texans lead. We're talking about a Texans advantage, and then you're having to change up the play calling and some of the things that you're doing late in the game, and that works in our favor. But it is what it is. The guy was missing the field goals. It just wasn't looking really good. Doesn't have an excuse like Novak did the other day when he injured his back. He just was out there kicking poorly. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I said I was 50-50 on the kid early on, and he had been pretty good so far for most of the season. I just don't understand what was going on. I don't know what was happening with that situation, but it's very unfortunate. Definitely trending down from this game is Mr. Fairbairn, Kaimi the kicker, but he definitely was not kicking very well this game. Jeff Allen. Jeff Allen is trending down, but I don't want to be too harsh on Jeff Allen. Jeff Allen is not a tackle. Jeff Allen was put in a tackle position. We had that whole makeshift line shit going on, but at the same time, you're just curious as to how, you know, he played fairly well most of the entire game until it came down to the end. I felt like there was a little bit of pressure on him. You know that things could be on your shoulders. It could be you giving up a big play. You know, Savage isn't very mobile. You're trying to make sure you're on top of stuff. You know they're bringing heat. You know they're bringing pressure. And the nerves could have got him a little bit. But 3 times in a fucking row tic-tac-toe, goddamn, I mean, that's just ridiculous, man. That's unacceptable, you know, I mean. And like I say, it's him in a new position. I don't want to be just super harsh on him. But around the town, he's trending down because the way people see it is just him fucking it up. But in reality, all that shit didn't matter because we ended up getting the first down anyway. So as much as that had a negative impact, that wasn't the killer. That wasn't the thing that broke the back of the game, but I know that was just something that was quite noticeable and a lot of people were speaking on with Jeff Allen. And last but definitely not least, something that you got to think about, Got one out the game with another concussion. CJ Fedorowicz, just kind of getting back from the concussion situation, missed most of the season, and now being out again. I'm not sure what the limit is. I need to do some research and find out, because I think there is a limit to the number of concussions you're allowed to have total, but I will definitely think in a season. And that's unfortunate because the kid just got paid, man, and he had been playing well. But I don't know what that means for the long-term situation. I don't know what that means for the future. So that's something you have to think about. That's something that you should be very concerned about. Just, as a human being, you want to be concerned about the man's health. You don't want to walk around here with CTE and suffer shit like that, not just because he's a Texan player, but because he's a human being, man, and it can happen to any of us. So hopefully that he will be all right in the long term, but it just makes you really concerned about his career, not only as a Texan, but just in the NFL period, because you're getting too many concussions. He's just frequently concussed, and it's unfortunate, and I hate to see him go out like that. So, like I say, that is who's trending down, in my opinion. So let me know in the comment section below, like I say, who you think, if I missed out on somebody trending down. I try to keep it even, 4-4. So if you believe there's somebody else I should be speaking on, if you think there's somebody else that I may have left out, let me know. All right, so SauceNation, I appreciate y'all watching the video, man. Like I said, if there's anybody that you guys feel like I forgot that should be trending up or down, make sure you hit the comment section below. I've been changing up some things. I'm changing up the look of the sauce. So I'm gonna be trying a couple of new looks in the month of December, doing December different, not just on the Sauce Sports, but in life. And I want to start kind of getting my brands, I guess, together. You say Sauce Sports is the brand, but I do want to do Sauce Society. I've been doing more in the Kush Den. So if you're not subscribed to the Kush Den, make sure you go and fuck with the Kush Den. Subscribe to that. It should be a link in the description below. So I've changed up my description. I want to, like I say, just kind of clean things up, get things more across the board. But with that being said, man, if you got love for the sauce, if you want to be the freshest flavor, Christmas is coming up. You're looking for a great gift to give to someone, who is a Texans fan, who's just a saucy person in general. If you saucy yourself, keep it for yourself, man. But go hit that StaySaucy.com and go get the new flavor. Like I said, I need to get a picture of the back, because the backside has the SauceNation across the back. And like I said, go to StaySaucy.com. At the shirts, the long sleeve, the short sleeve. Also have the hoodies will be available, and the coffee mug. So like I say, a variety of things, a variety of flavors for you to show off your freshness in. So make sure you go get that. Like I say, I appreciate everybody who supports the channel. Shout out to all the super chats. Shout out to everybody who shows love. Shout out to people who have been fucking with the flavor since day one. Like I say, I'm just trying to get things together, get it neater, get it all in order, so that I can bring you better flavor as we roll and heading towards the new year. Even though the Texans may not be bringing it, your boy Ed Honcho gonna still bring it no matter what. So with that being said, man, hey, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. But most of all, stay saucy. It's your boy Ed Honcho, and I'm out.